Hello all, Rambling Canuck back for another live stream. Couldn't sleep, so I figured why not? Might as well. See who shows up bright and early in the morning. Yay! My notifications went out. I was a little nervous because I released the video. But apparently I got it, so hopefully somebody else did. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on, ramble a little bit. We'll give it some time here for people to show up, and if anybody shows up. Number one Sci-Fi with good morning. And Darth Raven says, stop being a Canadian as soon as you stop impersonating an Irishman. Anyway, so with people starting to show up, I will throw the link in the chat so people can come up and say hi and all that good stuff. There we go. Links up there, so if you want, you can join in. Alexander Brooks says, good morning, good morning. Just starting things off here, so bear with me. Couldn't sleep, so I decided, to heck with it. Haven't done a morning ramble in a while, so why not? And Life with Matthew isn't doing one today, I believe, so I won't be stepping on anybody's toes. So, first one up is Mr. Sci-Fi, number one Sci-Fi. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Not too bad. So, did you check out Picard?
Yes.
Yes. What did you think?
It was okay.
Yeah, I thoroughly
put it that way. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it either, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But then again, I was like, this is what I've been looking forward to all year was since it's been announced. So I kind of go in with a Picard bias. So
yeah,
I wanted it to be good. So some of the things I can overlook. Yeah, and Darth Revan joins us.
Read the name again.
Expecting it to be.
He's trying to be cute.
Luckily, it wasn't. You know.
Sorry about that, number one Sci-Fi. Mr. Irish Leprechaun over there was trying to be cute.
I'm violently adorable.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting this episode to be bad. I mean, it was in some areas.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so
we're not gonna.
Yeah,
no, I don't care about spoilers. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying spoilers. I'm just generalizing it as much as possible.
But
I'm just glad that they didn't go all like full Cantabite. That was my biggest fear of this episode.
I heard character X died. Right?
What did we just finish saying? I'm gonna put you in the outhouse, not the corner. I'm gonna put you in the outhouse.
At least I didn't say who it was.
Still gonna put you in the outhouse.
Oh my god!
I mean, yeah. About that.
Hold on, Revan. Sorry. Go ahead, number one Sci-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, there was some pretty gory scenes that they kind of got carried away with, especially at the beginning.
Yes. And Anti-Trekker has made it. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Hello, Anti-Trekker.
Hey, guys.
Hey, dude. Good
morning. So, how are you?
I'm Rambling Revan now.
He's our local leprechaun. Yeah. Don't mind him.
Rambling Revan, huh?
Rambling Revan.
Are you recovered from this episode yet, Anti-Trekker?
I actually didn't hate it. I was expecting to hate it, but I actually liked it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, a lot. You know, was it the best episode in the series? No, but it wasn't the worst either. I'd put it kind of towards the middle. It's I like the Easter eggs of Quark's bar being there. I thought that was cool.
Evan doesn't want spoilers, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I won't tell. Well, don't worry, Rev. That has nothing to do with the plot.
No. I don't mind spoilers. I just said because it's not out here. I don't mind spoilers whatsoever.
Morning, DJ Odyssey and Josh Street. And no, Josh Street, Revan's just trying to be cute, but he just comes off as an annoying leprechaun. So don't worry about the whole rambling thing.
I think you should just start off everything by saying they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Yeah, there we go.
You could be the realistic version of Lucky the Leprechaun because I don't know if you know
Captain Trek.
Well,
we have to import that stuff here, dude.
Well, there's a stand-up comedian named Tommy Davidson, and so I can't take credit for this because it was his, but it's so funny. He did this whole thing about if you were really Lucky the Leprechaun, what is his problem? Because he should be going, oh, the kids are after me, Lucky Charms. I'll make a machine gun and blow the motherfuckers away.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's the same with all serial mascots. I mean, there's that stupid, retarded rabbit one who's like, oh, yes, let's go and hop along. The Nestle bunny.
The tricks are for kids. Yeah.
You can't drink it slow if it's quick. Why not? but yeah. So I'm actually putting. I saw you were live, but I was recording earlier, so I couldn't join in. But I just finished putting together the review. I'm actually working on the thumbnail and stuff right now, and then I'm going to render it and put it up. But honestly, I thought that the episode was all right. There are some moments that are truly cringeworthy.
There
are, but
or what?
Honestly, I think one of the worst things, and I think you guys will love what I did with my review. The very first thing I show in the review is the scene where Rafi meets her son.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I intercut that with scenes from The Young and the Restless.
Well, see, I kind of like that though. I kind of like I look at it like I said in my review, which I didn't really do a full review. I just did quick thoughts because I'm sore and tired, and I don't feel like going through hours and hours of editing. So I just put up a quick review with quick thoughts and my gut reaction to it, and it mainly focused on that story arc and 7 of 9 story arc, but without going too far into the weeds.
But I already knew that it was going to be her kid because as soon as she stopped, stared, and it was that like Gorn egg thing that popped up when she talked in the last episode, I believe, looking at the hollow screen, and then it's like, oh yeah, we need to go to Free Cloud, and she's just standing there like, oh, something's on Free Cloud. I'm like, yeah, that's her kid.
Well, and here's the it didn't bother me that it was her kid. And I don't have a problem with that. I just didn't like the way that scene was handled. It felt very much like a soap opera. And my biggest problem with the scene is that mom and kid are having two completely unrelated conversations because mom is sitting there talking about how she's off the drugs and she's clean and she's getting her life back together. And the kid is talking about her stupid conspiracy theories and abandoning the family. I'm like, wait a minute. Are they even talking to each other right now? Because they're not.
But see, I thought it. I just thought it kind of linked both issues because when you're like kind of giving she thinks this is why he's mad at her, but it's not. It's something else. So it kind of like she gets hit with the double whammy that what she thought he was mad at her for, it's not, and then also it shows added depth because not only did she lose her Starfleet commission because of Picard and this whole conspiracy theory, which is what it is at this moment. It's not a proven fact that there was any right. So she not only lost her job, but she lost her family as well. So it adds kind of depth, in my opinion, anyway. But I liked it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's without any depth. I just felt that the way they handled the scene felt a little over the top, like a soap opera.
And I did like how they allowed 7 of 9 to save face in front of Picard.
Yeah. Well, now that's So you bring it now. First of all, I think that the best moment of the episode, and it was a quiet moment, but one thing that's always made Star Trek great is the characters, not the action or any of that. And there was a wonderful character moment for me, which was when Seven and Picard, just before Seven left them, talked about recovering from being a Borg. Something that only those two people could understand. And when Picard admitted to not being fully recovered, that was a great moment.
It was absolutely
and
a
he
great moment.
should never ever be fully recovered, really.
Right. But the problem is that in the past, it's like Picard was either 100% okay, or then he went into full-blown PTSD, break your little ships mode.
Yeah.
And there was nothing in between. And so this was what we should have seen before he broke his little ships, is moments like this where you really get the feeling that Picard is now damaged. And that's a good thing. I mean, I know people want Picard to be perfect and everything, but the man was assimilated and all that. That should be a major focus of how messed up he is in the head.
Yeah, I used to say that what I would have liked to have happened in First Contact is, I know they didn't do it, but Picard should have just outright tried to kill the Queen first time he saw her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
So we'll let DJ give his thoughts on what we've talked about so far, since he's come up on the.
I assume you've seen it, DJ.
Yeah, we did a live stream
reaction
review of it as it was going.
Okay, well, I didn't know. Just
All right, so
I wanted to make sure I beat the punch on you last night before you took everybody.
That's the funny thing is I was an hour late, so you got it.
I know it.
Yeah,
we had to sit there for an hour rambling on until you got on.
So now you're mad at me for being late, giving you an opportunity.
No, we're not mad, because it gave us time to watch how some of the others were critiquing it even worse.
I have not seen anybody else's views on it. I don't know what anybody thought. What's the news going? I'm sure that.
Well, actually, to be honest, I listened to DJ Odyssey, you, and Bird. I've tuned out the rest.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Basically, that
I get too mad.
Between the end of the episode and when you came on, we kind of were eavesdropping in on Nerdrotic.
Right. And did he hate it?
Oh, yeah. They were basically comparing it with Discovery.
It's going too far.
I don't understand this. I really don't. I get, if you don't like the show, I totally get that. That's fine. And I even said, many times, if Picard, if somebody felt about Picard like the way I feel about Kirk, I could totally understand why you might find Picard being a more damaged character a big problem, right? Even though I think that it adds depth and it's interesting, and honestly, it makes Picard a better character to me. To me, Picard is more identifiable and actually, in a way, more likable in this because they're acknowledging he's not perfect.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Yeah,
and I'm a TNG nut. But I do want to just make sure it's you didn't mind the video I posted, did you?
Oh, no. In fact, I said during my live stream, you were right.
I just want to point out to Alexander Brooks, yes, Bird of Prey reads more comments, but he's up on a panel by himself and not with 5 people. Yeah,
I do apologize to the chat. I will try to read a few, but especially when I've got anti-trekker who you starts and you put down your coffee and you go for a walk and then you come back and then
I'm still going.
I honestly thought last night's episode was better than last week's.
I don't think it was better than last week's, but I don't think it was bad. Like, I gave it a 6.5 was my final score. And
I gave it a 7.
Right. I gave it a 7.9 just because of 7 of 9.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, I gave episode 1 and episode 4 7. I gave episode 2 and this one a 6.5. Right? Or no. I gave episode 2 a 6, episode 3 and this one a 6.5. And so overall, the show is averaging quite well. I mean, there's only one episode, the second episode, that I honestly was a little bit of a drag to me. But even that wasn't bad. It was just not as good.
And you haven't pulled out the punching bag once. So,
No.
I mean, we're doing good.
Despite, there's some cringeworthy moments, but it's not like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. You know?
Well, for me, every time the Irish Ramblin' spoke in the previous episodes was cringy.
Well, that's because you're Irish, so you know.
Yeah, well, there's one thing I noticed, but I don't think he did. When she spoke Romulan, her Irish accent went away.
Well, I wouldn't notice that, but
I did. I
yeah.
noticed it straight up.
Well, actually, that's not too far off, because if you look, like, there's and DJ will probably know who I'm talking about. Nobody else will, because I'm a country music nutcase. But when Johnny Reed talks, he's a country artist. He has a very heavy Scottish accent. When he sings, it goes away.
Okay, I can even do you one better. Mel Tillis has a stutter when he talks, but when he sings, he absolutely has none.
that's actually not all that uncommon.
Yeah, I had a cousin who passed away who had a stutter, and when he used to sing or something like that, his wife said that his stutter always left. It's something to do with the way your mind works via singing over talking.
Well, and in fact, I saw a really interesting. It was a long time ago that I saw this, but these two people that had really serious stutters, right, where that everything was a stutter.
Yeah,
and so they had them each try to read this script, and of course they struggled and barely could get through one sentence. So then they had the two of them read it at the exact same time, so they were listening to the other person's voice along with their own, and they could read it perfectly.
Anti-Trekker,
yeah,
I'm a little concerned about Josh Street. I'm going to put something on the screen. I'll let you answer it, but I'm a little concerned.
Mute, drunk, high, anti-trekker, that one.
Yeah.
Josh, why am I drunk / high? First of all, I haven't drank anything all night, and nor is those substances legal, so I don't do them. So,
and a padded room with Enderman and Bird of Prey.
Now, Enderman won't go at you unless you're wearing a Starship onesie. Then it's a free for all.
Now you put me in a padded room with Alexander. That's a little different.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
How about a padded room and Beagle Bites?
Oh, and by the way, since Captain Redneck mentioned Icheb, that was the other thing. I really did not appreciate the over-the-top graphic violence at the beginning. I thought that was way too much. Ripping people's eyeballs out and stuff on camera. Really? Did we really need that?
It did go a little like, whoa, are they really doing that? But at the same time, I can understand why they did it, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, you might want to have that one back.
They did it just so they could play into this whole revenge thing with 7 going forward on it.
Yeah, but maybe as well, something that I always thought is, shouldn't the Klingons have had more blood on their things, on their batlets and their daggers?
Weapon. That's any weapon in any movie. I mean, you look at anything like Kill Bill or anything. She's slaughtering 50,000 people, and there isn't a drop of blood on that damn sword. That's kind of a Hollywood trope.
Well, it is in that bloodless violence is generally a way to keep that PG rating with intense violence in it. And of course, on network television, if you're broadcasting, you need to do that, or else the standards and practice people won't allow it to be aired. Now, of course, on a streaming service, there's no standards and practice. There's nobody has to worry about it. You can put anything you want, and that's fine. I can understand. And so, like when you had, for example, the decapitation in the last episode, I didn't have a problem with it, actually. Yes, it was graphic, but it wasn't like splattering blood in your face, right? It was just, it was showing what a badass he was.
I actually wouldn't mind getting the like the actual direct from, because up here in Canada they show it on Space Network, which is an actual TV channel.
Right.
And here it's on Prime.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do is see that copy and see if the swears are dubbed out.
Oh, on the Space Network?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It would depend on that network standards I don't know what the laws are in Canada, but in the United States, it used to be the FCC regulated television didn't allow 4-letter words and nudity and stuff, but that's no longer the case. Basically, now the networks can technically do anything they want to. However, the networks also have their standards and practice because they don't want families boycotting their network because of lots of 4-letter words or nudity on their channels.
So there's still certain words they won't play on network.
Well, but it's not that they can't. They just
won't.
Right. And so
well, I mean, there's a certain 4-letter word that over here is not a big deal, but in America you're like, oh my god, you can't be saying that. It starts with a C.
Right. Well, I know you've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Although, generally, honestly, that's not a very commonly used curse word here. I mean, the F word is the most common one in the world, right?
Yes.
And let's see. What's Mr. Miles is trying to distract me from going to say.
You remember to text him when you got off the stream?
Huh? Yes, I did.
So that would be a no.
No, I did.
Okay, so we won't hear him whining about that today.
Yeah.
Did you tell him you love him? Send him a little.
No, I did not tell him I love him. But anyway, the Laughable Larry's, I guess, over on Lore Reloaded stream saying that didn't slavery come back? According to me, it did or something. Now I can't. Now I lost train of thought. The F-bomb thing. So technically speaking, could the networks have somebody say the F-bomb in a show? Absolutely. Do they do it? No, because if they did, a lot of people would get pissed off. And because they want broadcast television to be family friendly, basically PG rated. And so yes, PG-13, and Joseph was talking about is PG-13 is one F-bomb. Technically, there's not really a standard to it, but yeah, if you put multiple F-bombs in a movie, they're going to give it an R rating. If you do put it, but it's really up to the way they do movie ratings is completely stupid. They show the movie to a panel of people. Those people vote on what the rating should be. That's it. It's completely subjective.
So I just want to welcome Berto Prey 5 to the panel.
Hola, good morning.
Hey, Bird. How you doing, man?
Say happy morning. I'm tired. Happy morning to Momo Prey, and we love you, and you're awesome.
Is Mama Prey up now?
Yeah, Mama Prey's up, and she just finished watching Picard.
Did the eyeball ripping bother her too?
She did not watch that part, I imagine.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, she turned her head.
I still, that scene, that was horrible. Yeah,
I think gore never affected me in movies.
Yeah, but you're a sick.
Yeah, I am
crazy Irishman. So yeah.
I mean, when I worked in the church for that while, I mean, I literally had boxes of skulls in the same room that I was working in.
Right, and you're probably thinking, nice.
Well, see, the whole eyeball thing didn't surprise me any because it's CBS All Access, and they're pushing every boundary they can.
Well, I didn't say it surprised me. I just found it distasteful.
Yeah. Now talking about things like that, in another fandom I'm in, the Last Airbender one, the fans are all worried about it because of this whole now it's on Netflix. They're making a live action one because they use powers, airs, and things. Will they be blowing out people's lungs, freezing blood, and things like that just to make it edgy?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in operating rooms with people being operated on, and if you can get by the smell, because the smell is basically the worst part when someone's getting operated on. The guts, obviously, too.
Yeah.
But,
I hear that if you nick the bowel, that's just hell.
Yeah. But yeah.
And Captain Redneck says the only part that bothered him about the eyeball scene was that it was Icheb, because
Icheb.
Yeah,
Icheb was a good character. He was, but yeah, and I think
it
that's
was a different guy being played
different
by
guy, but still,
yeah, but it's the character you think
it's
of.
the character.
Yeah.
The only thing worse would have been doing it to Naomi Wildman,
Oh man,
which I'm sure they will kill at some point.
Yeah, they'll probably do that next week.
Now,
No,
Bert,
no, no.
Next week,
Next week-
Naomi Wildman gets brutally raped, assaulted, and beheaded.
No,
See,
next-
Naval Access,
Wow.
folks.
Well,
And
Bert,
that's
are
the-
you done being
Quark would be
upset that
better.
there was no Quark?
Next week, 7:09. Just go.
Actually, if I understood Bird correctly, he would have been even more mad if Quark would have been there. But
I'd be happy they didn't bring up Quark at all.
I was.
Because
I could have swore I heard them say Mr. Quark in the one scene.
I don't.
That's what I'm
They
upset
did.
about.
they did, but they said Mr. Quark on Ferenginar, which
Yep.
means he's not there.
I didn't catch that. When did they say that?
When he says when he's talking to Rios,
When
And
Rios
he's-
is talking to the reptilian.
yeah, he says Quark, Mr. Quark from Ferenginar.
He's when he was
not
talking about
there.
his references being in order.
Yeah, yeah.
He says, Mr. Quark of Ferenginar said you were very helpful with his breen problem.
Oh,
So
okay. I
he-
didn't even catch that. Wow.
Yeah, so he's not there. He just it's like when you apply for a job, he was checking
I would have been
references.
happy if Quark was there and the owner of the establishment, or they didn't bring Quark up at all.
Yeah, I wanted Quark to be the owner, but since it was Quark's, apparently it's
It's
the
like
whole
they
thing-
decided,
Well,
let's
who's
put-
to say he's not the owner and just not there in person?
No, I'm assuming he is the owner because the place was called Quark's.
if he
Yeah.
was the owner, why would the reptilian say Mr. Quark of Ferenginar?
Well,
And
maybe
not
that's
Mr.
where he
Quark,
lives. He
you know.
lives on Ferenginar, but he owns the bar on probably multiple places. You know.
I think
Did
it's
he
more like
ever get his trading his license back in DS9, or would you say that Rom gave it back afterwards?
I think he did get his license back because his mother was sleeping with the Grand Nagus.
Right. Well,
And then
didn't the Greg Nagus and his mom eventually get married?
Just have
No.
to say hello to the French Newfie while he's quickly stopping by. Okay, carry on.
No, they didn't get married. They just
were
ran
just-
off together.
Okay, they were just living together.
Then
Yeah.
the Nagus got space dementia.
Yes.
Wow, I cannot believe this. I'm just absolutely in a state of shock right now.
Well,
Well, I just finished uploading the video, waiting for the DMCA to pop in, and there wasn't a DMCA. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm serious because when you see it, you'll understand. I put a lot of clips in this one for such a short video.
They waited 4 days to hit me with a DMCA on one video.
Yeah. All right, well, let's make it public and see what happens.
and put a dislike.
Wow, what a dick. Well, at least I know it's you.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you would.
Well, I even play a very well-known, recognizable song in the video, and so I was seriously expecting that to get DMCA.
Speaking about songs, do you think that season 2 and 3 of Picard should change their intro to
No.
fit? No, listen, to fit what's ever going on. Like the song in season 1 is the last song that Data sang in Nemesis. And so maybe in season 2 could be another song that was sung somewhere else in Star Trek.
No, I don't think so because you want show recognition. That's
Mm.
why you keep the theme the same because you want that, if it's playing somewhere and that opening theme hits and somebody likes that show, they're going to recognize the show by the theme.
But the
Yeah.
funny thing is that the one thing about the theme to Picard is the only part that people, including myself, really like is when they play the hints of the next gen theme.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why don't they just play? And in fact, like the slow melodic version of the next gen theme that they use in it, just play that. It's like this is his. He's elder. He's an elder now. He's this is more of a mellow, melancholy show. So you play the next gen theme in that mode, and that would be a great theme for the show.
Or they could have used that music that he learned while he thought he was living out his life.
Oh, the flute song that he played.
Yeah, because that would have made more sense.
That would have made me cry.
Oh, you cry all the time. You're
Well,
Irish.
yeah.
You're a crazy leprechaun.
Look, in Ireland, you're raised to feel guilty. If you don't feel guilty, you're guilty.
Did
And
you
they're always
guys
after your Lucky Charms.
Exactly.
did you guys talk about they used the same pretending it was a guy and then it was a woman thing again for the second time in this episode?
I didn't
No.
catch that. Who did they do that for?
Bejizzle or whatever. Bejazzle.
Jizzle.
They ask, so who's who and they say who's
Oh
he?
yeah. Okay, I got it.
And Seven's like she.
Oh yeah, I did catch that. But that was, that one didn't bother me as much as the other one, because the other one, it's like they said he like 17 times in 30 seconds.
Well, the only reason it bothered me is because it's the second time they've done it now in 2 episodes.
Well, don't worry. It's
Like,
just
how do we
another
get through
corrupt
all of the
woman.
next generation without that ever happening? But now in 2 episodes, it has to happen.
Hey, I love this. So I have no views on the video, but 3 likes. So nobody's seen it, but 3 people like it.
Well, I heard that it
YouTube's
takes
having a
2
stroke.
minutes for for a view to count.
I don't know what the actual.
I don't know
time
if
is.
that's true.
I wonder if in the last episode we're going to see a reference to the other Enterprises with the Enterprise F. So you see a Sovereign class, a Galaxy, and then an Odyssey class.
I don't think so.
I hope so. I just want to see an Odyssey. I want to buy an Odyssey class.
They're not gonna. The thing is that notice on this show, except for in Picard's dream and models, we have not seen a Federation ship at all.
No, which kind of makes sense for what you said. I think it was you who said it, that if they had a top of the line Federation ship flying around, that the ship that Picard is on would look puny and pathetic.
Well, that's okay though, because it's supposed to look puny and pathetic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the size. It's the size of a runabout, a little bigger, but not much.
what is it? Is it a freight ship or a runabout?
It's a freighter, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's a
Cargo
freighter.
ship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they call it.
Honestly, with those fins at the front, it kind of looks like a racer.
Because the hologram when he's talking to Rios when he first pulls up to that city there, the planet.
Stardust City.
Yeah. He says, we're noticing blah blah blah's technical speak about your freighter.
Only at 91%
Yeah.
efficiency.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know about those holograms, because how the hell do you beam a hologram onto a ship that can physically interact with the people on the ship?
I'm guessing because he had hologram emitters everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but think about it. Like the one, the
And he could
ultimate
get an
fighting,
ad blocker.
yeah, the ultimate fighting hologram was actually hitting the girl. I mean, granted, it wasn't injuring her, but she could feel it until she punched it to make it go away.
See, wouldn't it have been cool if Elnor just like sliced the robot's head off with the
That would have actually, yeah, Elnor should have done that. But
Hold
I
on a
didn't
minute there, Anti-Tracker. I have to address the French news.
And they knew Girardi was a cyberneticist.
I have to address the French newbie. Yes, we're not reading chat. I already said that because I've got 5 other people up here, which is the same excuse that you use, Mr. Newfie. So can it?
Well,
okay, carry on.
No, it's not Canada. It's Canada.
I did read Josh Streets to myself. And he
Yes,
says to everybody, do we think Quark franchises his bar in the years between DS9
I think
and
so.
STD Picard?
That's what
I
I
al-
was here.
I always thought that because he has the funding and the name of his brother, so all the Ferengis would really want to be doing business with Quark, which would increase his wealth, which could get him the little moon that he always dreamed of.
I think on the TV show, yes, that was the intention. But in
Yeah.
DS9 lore, I mean, Quark's bar wasn't anything that you could franchise, I don't think.
No,
No,
but
Rom's Grand Negus now, so it'd be
Rom is possibly Grand Nick.
it'd be okay. Like, look at the way I'm looking at it is, it'd be like the British royal family, the Duke and Duchess of Suffolk or wherever the hell they are, is now using that as a brand. Although they're technically out of the royal family, it's still their brand.
Right.
So
I
Quark's
don't.
smart.
I would think that Quarks is probably. I think every time we go to a city that has any kind of industry, we should see a Quarks.
Yeah.
And by the way, my videos now has 7 likes, 1 dislike, 1 comment, and still no views.
Well, that's because YouTube's having a stroke. And I
Yeah.
know Sci-Fi Nation. I just had to bug you just a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
think
is it-
Sci-Fi Nation's the dick that put the dislike on it. So
But is it those Russian
No,
bots?
you already know that. It's that
I
leprechaun.
still
in
haven't
top
got the
corner.
notification of it.
Yeah, I never got any notification.
Yeah, no
I did.
notification for me yet.
I did.
Maybe the notifications coming in the mail. Oh, my mother.
Well, they send them out. They don't send them all out at once. So.
My mother thinks that things on the internet go out, like say you put out a video, it takes longer to come out over here because of the time difference.
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Got to ship it out there, you know.
Yeah, exactly. In those internet wires.
So Nerdrotic thought that this show was delving into Discovery territory. Did anybody see anybody else talk about it?
No, like
Doom
I
Pro-
said, I only check out DJ Odyssey, Anti-You, and Bird of Prey 5. The rest I tune out.
I know that Doomcock hates it. A lot of the guys on my Discord who are from Doomcock server hate it.
Mhm.
There's this anti-Star Trek Discovery Twitter thread. Hate it.
Oh yeah, Laura didn't like it either.
Oh really? I'm surprised.
He thought that they basically assassinated 7 of 9's character.
Well, I will say that Seven's. See, here's the thing. On the one hand, I can appreciate the arc. Like I think the murder of Ichev gave her a great motivation, right? And I like that. But I do think that her going back and killing the chick at the end of the episode was a mistake.
Mm.
And I agree with you, Joseph. Yeah, this episode had some great strong points and some really crappy weak points.
Right before she beamed down, they were talking about her humanity and working on it every day. Is not revenge part of humanity?
It is, but that doesn't mean that's what you want your heroes to be. You know, here's the thing, and this is the stupidity. I can't wait to do my nitpicking video on this episode because Picard and Rios just spent all this intense time talking Seven down, stopping her from killing this chick. They beam up to the ship. Picard literally gives her 2 phaser rifles and then beams her back to the bar.
But I don't think
operating the transporter and sent her back to the bar.
How is there not an emergency transporter operator?
and I don't think that Rios really was talking her down. I think he was giving her an out.
I am convinced that Agnes is Girardi, is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm convinced that she's working with Admiral O because.
Oh, now you're convinced?
Oh yeah, well, I was re-looking at an episode there today, and I'm like, so she walked in with a disruptor. No,
Oh, wait till you see this episode. There's no
Yeah.
doubt anymore.
Yeah.
But what I was to
Hey, wait. Breakfast
don't-
cereal. Admiral O's.
I don't.
The
Yeah.
only doubt is if she's working with Commodore O or if she was working this before Commodore O.
Yeah, but for Rios, I don't think Rios was talking her down. I think Rios was trying to help her because he knew she was going to do it one way or the other. It was just to save face in front of Picard. He gave her that option.
Yeah,
That's all that was, and that's why they beam up because even 7 of 9 says I wanted to keep the illusion of hope in Picard.
Maybe that's why Rios purposely puts the transport thing.
That's exactly why he does
Right
it.
on the
Because
transport, and then
if
she
you look,
takes
if you think about, well, he's giving her that big speech. His exact words as he tosses it up and then catches it is, "You found her once. You'll find. I'm pretty sure you can find her again." And he tosses it up and catches it as he's looking right at 7 of 9. He wasn't trying to talk her down. He was trying to give her a way to save face. And I don't think they beamed her down. I think she did it herself with the tunnel. It had
Good
it was
catch.
all to save face in front of Picard, nothing more.
Well,
I mean, from the
you-
sound of it, they
You're
could have.
probably right, but I still don't. I don't like the idea that Seven just brutally murdered this chick. And I know that this chick was a horrible person and killed Icheb and all that. But and anybody could say, "Oh yeah, I got what he deserved." But the whole point of being the hero is not committing murder. The whole point of Kirk. Why is Kirk so awesome? Because he'll kick the Klingon's ass, though he's hanging from the edge of the cliff. He'll extend his hand to help him. You know.
But 7 of 9 has never been the hero. 7 of 9 has always been do what's got to be done.
But
Even in
this is
Voyager.
not that. But you see, this is the 7 of 9, 20 years later, that's more comfortable with her humanity. She's not all the way there yet, but she's not like, you are irrelevant. You know, she's not talking like that anymore.
My question.
Okay, so
if
you
Hold on.
disagree with Seven on this, then you should disagree with Cisco when he allowed the fake information to get into the Romulan hands to bring them into the war.
I do
against
disagree with
him.
Cisco on that.
So then you want the Federation to have been killed.
No, but do I think that what Cisco did was correct? No. But
From
I
now
also,
on, Anti-Trekker is now the religious Picard.
the religious Picard.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, because you side with Picard on everything but his stance on religion. So you're
think
the
Picard
alternate-
prayed.
Hold on, Revan. You're the alternate version of Picard if Picard was religious.
Break it, so. Number one, say a prayer, please.
Well, I mean, he does have number one. He's got his dog. He's old.
Yeah.
And
I'm
he's
not
in.
bald. I got lots of hair.
Prove it.
It's a
Prove it. Have
wig.
you never seen one of my live streams?
I have,
It's
but
a
I can't
good-
prove that that's not hair replacement.
Toupee. It's a toupee.
Yeah,
The toupee.
it's pukey is asleep on his head. But
And
do you
Revan,
remember?
comment
Yeah.
or I'll show you out for a walk again. I do still have that picture on here.
But I was saying, I am convinced Picard prayed. Do you remember?
No,
just
he's the most anti-religious
Yeah,
person. in
Picard is
Star
an
Trek.
anti-theist.
Yes.
Yeah.
But listen to me. Do you remember when he was when we first met Rios, and when Rios was looking up at the stars, and it then cut to Picard. Picard was
They
looking
saw
at the
the
stars.
same shooting star.
Listen, Picard was looking there with his eyes closed and his mouth moving.
He made a wish upon a shooting star.
Is he 6?
Nobody.
There are some people that do that, even though it's stupid. By the way, I want to answer some Captain Redneck says anti-tracker. What are you, friggin' bird of prey now? Please look up the definition of murder, then explain how Seven committed such an act. Definition of murder: the unlawful, premeditated killing of one human being by another.
There was no law.
Well, no. Actually, the Federation wasn't enforcing the law, but there was law. Killing someone, she was premeditated. She beamed down specifically to kill her. So, yeah, that's absolutely what Seven did. That's by the book what Seven did. Also, the second, that's the noun. The verb of it is to kill someone unlawfully and with premeditation. Same thing. You know, so, but yeah,
I would debate that it wasn't unlawful.
Okay.
I would too, because she is a ranger in that sector of space,
Right.
which basically
simple-
is kind of the law.
But the
She's a
most simple
terror.
definition, like the difference between murder and just killing someone, is to kill someone with premeditation and with malice. Now, she had both in spades.
I just got your notification, Anti-Tracker.
Oh, good. You should check out the
I
video.
still ain't got it.
I really am proud of the beginning of the video, though, with my brilliant editing there.
But here's the thing. Who's hired the Rangers? Who set them up? Are they an official organization, or are they just a group who said, screw it, we're going to be the Rangers?
Well, this is an interesting point. So what does everybody think about this?
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that thought she looked like Troy.
I thought so too.
Yeah. At first, I was like, "Why does she
Trailer
look
for
so
next
familiar?"
episode?
And then I was like, "You know what? She could play young Troy. You know, like if they did,
or at least
either
a
do a
skinnier,
flashback.
older version,
Huh?
or at least a skinnier, older version.
Well, no, she looks to me, I don't know, but she looks to me like she's younger than Marina Sirtis. So I'm, Marina's showing her age now.
Marina Sirtis looks really. If you look for her on what's that site, Cameo.com, where she can do a message for like $40 or something.
Wait, you can get a message from Marina Sirtis for $40?
I was just checking what my options were, but yeah, she's one of them.
No, seriously. I'll pay the $40.
Actually, I think it's probably. I think hers is probably like 80, but yeah, there's some are cheap as 40.
I'll get her to do the $40 or $80 or whatever, just so that she'll say, "This is Marina Sirtis. I hate conservatives. Hail Kuroga."
So
No.
Also, anti-trucker, I'm looking into something that it's supposed to be a pain relief like 8535, but better. And I've been doing some research on it. And when I order, I'm going to send one to you, so we'll both be guinea pigs.
Sure.
It's illegal in America.
Well, it's made there, so it better be.
Just because it's made there doesn't mean it's legal.
Actually, that is true. It's funny.
Hey, Rambling, how about I send you a Kinder Egg and we both make the other jealous because it's illegal in America.
Really?
Yeah, Kinder Eggs our Kinder Eggs are illegal in America. They
What's
have
a
to have
Kinder Egg?
Because kids could eat it and choke.
and
on it.
adults. They believe they're adults as well. They believe so a Kinder
Well, when
Egg.
you put things inside food, it could tend to happen.
Well, I mean, they did have the whole Tide Pod thing, so it's.
The only
Okay.
thing I can say about last night's episode was when you were watching the blonde doctor chick trying to overhear what Picard and Maddox was saying, you knew she was going to do something to Maddox. It was so obvious.
And the thing is, there's a couple. There are, like I said, that's why I can't give this series a higher grade. Like the best I've given it is a 7, and there's a lot of inconsistent and laziness in the writing. There, where you have like, why the hell didn't the emergency medical hologram kick in the second they beamed on with an injured person? And yet, there's so many things that just don't add up.
Yeah, I was saying, we were looking when your man, he's Rios, he's going to have some infection. He never cleaned up that scar. The wound when he put his jumper back on, it was still open.
That's space magic.
Yeah, quantum.
Hey, I actually said quantum in my review, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We're so proud of you.
Yeah,
When
you,
Maddox was on the bed and the computer was saying he needs this and this and this, that's when the hologram should have been there doing that, not Dr. Girardi, Doctor of Robotics.
Hey, Anti-Tracker, I'll make a deal with you, okay? If there's someone good, when I go to Comic-Con, I will get them to say, Hail Kroger. Like...
Well, you don't have
anything famous.
I meant Turdistan.
Way to go. Smooth move, X-Lax.
Sorry, I meant to say Hail Turdistan.
You meant to say. Oy vey.
Yeah,
well, I still have the bounty out there for if anybody gets to the Duras sister or to say Hell Kuroga, the $50.
Yeah.
$50 for Duras to say Hail Kuroga.
But I'm still
$100 if you can get Darwin.
I am really, really tempted to send people over to Bird's house just to annoy him.
No. If we want to annoy Anti-Trekker, all we have to do is get William Shatner to say Hail Kuroga.
Oh, you do that, and I will find you and beat the crap out of you.
We have to do this.
Challenge accepted.
You can barely leave your house. Nobody's scared.
I will keep bugging William Shatner on Twitter until he says it.
You'll get blocked pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, we'll just donate to one of his charities or something, and bang, we'll get William Shatner to say Hail Kuroga.
I'll pretend
You
I'm
can have all the Klingons you want. Bird can have Kirk, and you're screwed.
Yeah, you do that.
All right, okay. How about this? If we can get Will Wheaton to say "Hail Kurdistan."
Will Wheaton, you should get to say "Hell Karoga." That would be good.
No. We'll get Kirk to say "Hail Karoga," and we'll get we'll get to Janeway to say "Hail Kurdistan."
I'm still traumatized over Janeway. She traumatized me. I was watching this show.
After all I've done for the freaking community, this is what I get.
Hey, you give it out just as good, so it's about time.
I quit.
Just like you say about Picard,
Yeah, he's like, that's it. I quit. I'm going to work for Waffle House.
Yeah, I'm going back to Waffle House. That's it.
But
poor Bird gets played on your stream more than you do.
There's this show called Mr. Mercedes, and Janeway was a psychopath in it.
Oh, so normal.
Yes, pretty much. So, but the thing is, she was after grooming this guy since he was a kid to sleep with him, and now they're adults, and she's the current age that she is, and they were doing something about a book, and the character in the book was based on her, and they started having sex while he was reading the book, and it was a full-on sex scene, and it was out of the blue, and I'm still traumatized.
So you were enjoying a sex scene with?
No, I wasn't. No one enjoyed that.
You're enjoying it.
I mean, you'd probably enjoy it, but I'm young.
I think Captain Red.
You understand me?
Whatever. You guys keep having your fun. See what? Yeah, I'm not going to promote this channel anymore. I can tell you that much.
It's only fair that you get your comeuppance. I mean, you bug Bird all the time.
What comeuppance?
Well, Bird deserves it.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No,
He's the
doesn't.
leader.
You're the freaking dictator. You're defending, oh yeah, it's so great that the orphans get to suffer in the mines. Notice Bird's being quiet now.
He fell asleep.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He probably did fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up way
No,
too early.
No, I'm just dealing with my son.
No, not you, Bird.
Oh, yeah, Bird. No.
Stop beating your children, Rambling.
Bird, you there?
That's why you have them. I mean,
I'm here. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Can we woke him up?
Geologia time.
Are we on that? If we're on loudspeaker, hey Alexa, order a 29-inch dildo into my basket. Hey Alexa, check out.
But no, I mean, we gotta have some fun with you. I mean, you have fun with DJ Odyssey and Bird of Prey.
Yeah, how many times now? How many times
fair.
now have you started a stream and I'm on the stream and all of a sudden you're playing mine back slowly, making it sound like I'm drunk?
Well, you're a furry, dude.
Yeah, you are.
No, we
Yes,
already
you
figured out Sci-Fi Nation is the furry. He's just using me
Says the man
to
who
live out
owns
his
many.
fantasy.
Says the man who owns multiple animal-themed onesies.
That's because they keep paying me to wear them.
No, they don't. You
Yes,
choose
they do.
to.
You know what? We don't have any proof that anybody's paid you.
Exactly. Who's these people who have paid you?
Oh, let's see. Kronos.
Need dollar amounts, please,
Yeah.
and receipts.
Well, I can't divulge dollar amounts on how much.
But let's be fair.
That would
Kronos
not
wouldn't
be-
know. Kronos wouldn't remember if he paid you yesterday if you asked him today.
File Mike
back.
has. Rock Solid has.
Yeah, and you willingly do it?
Even Bird did.
You're a furry, man.
Okay. I gotta do this because
Hail Karoga, Captain Track.
I have been picking on poor anti-trucker, so now I'll pick on Revan.
Oh,
So anti-trucker, do you want to see
no.
an exclusive picture of Darth Revan out for a morning walk?
Please
Sure.
no.
I have an exclusive picture of it. Hold
All
on.
right, let's see it.
There's sometimes I want to bomb Canada. This is one.
Was he walking at turdy turd in a turd speed?
Pogue Mahone.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, an exclusive picture.
Wear my mother's shoes.
You know, you really
Exclusive.
should. You need to put like a speech bubble right there and have it say, "I'm Darth Revan, bitch."
Exclusive picture, straight from Ireland.
Oh,
Came in the
yeah.
post.
Came in the morning post across on the Ellie Etna. She's a fine vessel.
Sunk in the Titanic. They had to
When
go
I
and
heard the
recover it.
hologram say Picard's with the angels, like he's on the side of the angels, I nearly threw myself out the window. I'm like, okay,
Darn. No, there's that nearly in that sentence.
yeah. How's the back hurting you?
It's there. It reminds me
Aw.
it's there.
Well, hopefully it'll get worse.
It will. Don't worry. So the doctors tell me.
But for real, how's your leg, dude? Anti-checker.
No, it's not functional. That's the best way to put it.
So your leg's now currently for display purposes.
Yes, it's display purposes only. It sucks, man, because it's like with my left leg, everything's pretty much normal. With my right leg, I just can't lift it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well,
oh, that's stupid.
are you on a walker or a crutch?
I use a cane to get around because I can swing it forward and back. I just can't lift the leg. So like,
Yeah.
if I go upstairs, I have to constantly lift myself with just my left leg, which can get really tiring. And I do have arthritis in my left knee too, so it's aggravating that.
Yeah.
So, and it's like the last thing I want to do is have to go into surgery again for my left leg, and then have the same thing happen, and then I just won't be able to walk.
You know what you need to get for your car? You need to get a sticker that says "My other vehicle's a moped."
No, you need to get a deer killer in the front.
Or a moose hunter.
That way, when your leg, do you have that same thing where your leg just suddenly locks?
No.
No.
No? Oh, I do.
I
And
have
it's
this
usually
weird
my
thing.
right leg too, which is really bad because that's the leg I use for the gas pedal.
Yeah.
So when that happens, it's like, oh, yeah.
See, so like driving for me, it's like, okay, I have to physically like drag my leg over because my right leg is the one that doesn't work. So I can't like lift my leg into the car and put it in front of the gas pedal. I have to kind of set my leg in the right place. But since my ankle works fine, I can still operate the pedals.
This is kind of insensitive, though, because at least you got one working leg, as where somebody else on the panel can't even use either one.
Well, that's what you get for going into a Frank and Freddy concert wearing booty shorts.
And that's enough of that garbage.
Actually, it's funny.
We'll send you to the outhouse.
Now I did not know about this guy, but I guess one of the Democrats running for president right now, he's gay, and his name sounds very much like Booty Judge.
Oh, yes. That guy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's Steve Buttigieg.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah, that dude.
Pete Buttigieg.
What you
Oh,
never
yeah,
heard of
yeah.
is my prime minister is gay, and he's married to a guy. And last June, during Gay Pride, our national TV, RTE, had this thing on him where he turned around and he said, so we're here at the Gay Pride March with the Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar. Hello, Leo. And he's there and he's like, I'm very proud to be an out and gay man with 6 drag queens dancing behind him with big purple wings.
Captain Redneck has corrected me. It's Buttigieg. Buttigieg.
Yeah, Booty Judge.
Yeah, Booty Judge.
Yeah. I was telling when Mrs. Ettrick was telling you about this guy, I was like, wow, he could probably do well because a bunch of guys will accidentally vote for him by saying, "Oh yeah, Booty Judge, yeah." I went to Booty Judges last night. It was great. You got to bring a roll of ones though.
And load of baby powder.
I don't want to know.
The baby powder thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and please don't
There-
explain. Please
There's
don't
a jo-
elaborate.
There's a joke over here about
Yeah,
that.
let's not elaborate.
It's an Irish thing.
No, there. So
What did I
There's this-
just say? You
there's
don't
this-
listen very well, do you?
no, there's this drag queen, who used to do
You know,
who
it's going
used to do
downhill when the
bingo.
story starts with "There's this drag queen."
And you notice how he knows a lot about drag queens. Okay, moving on. Number one, sci-fi. Why don't you chime in a little bit? You've been kind
Yeah, I
of.
was kind of
skip
letting
over
you
it.
guys talk a lot first, obviously.
Why don't you chime in a little bit?
Okay. What do you want me to talk about?
Well,
Besides the craziness
Booty
you've been
judges.
talking- yeah. I mean, getting back to the episode, I just thought that, especially the scene where Seven kills the chick towards the end of it
Yeah,
and gets her revenge, like it was spoiled in the music, was also a pretty dark and gross scene, I guess, in a way.
But what I have to wonder is, wasn't her and Chakotay meant to end up together? Like, he changed time for her. I mean, come on now. That's got to give him a few brownie points.
Dakota could be dead. He
So
probably took up the marquee fight and like he got shot. Like, oh, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
He
But should-
only lasted 6 days after getting back.
Wow, she must have had a great. If you only lasted 6 days, she must have had a great time.
Boy.
you guys say I'm bad. I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm
besides-
European. What do you go? What?
I mean, besides that, and then of course the one chick being bad, which we all knew Dr. Girardi was going to be. Anyway,
Yeah, I wonder about that, about her. I don't
What
know.
did she do?
She killed Maddox.
Why?
because
Why not?
To do. Felt like the right.
Because she
For shits and
wishes
giggles.
she didn't know what she knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which unfortunately we don't know what that means exactly.
Yosef's pointing out by the end of Picard, we could have all the classic characters dead.
Well,
No.
that is a problem with bringing them back. That is a risk.
Well, I know
Yes.
now that Michael Dorn won't be back, and Guinan was invited back for season 2.
Michael
What?
Dorn.
Yeah,
Worf is
Worf.
Michael Dorn. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who Michael Dorn is, but
yeah, he won't come back because he's scared that.
why? Yeah, why would he? He's
Yeah.
not in it.
I know that, but I'm
Well,
just
you say
saying.
he won't come back, which would imply that he's in it,
Yeah,
but he's not.
Yeah.
yes, but
He won't
before
come back
it
to
came
Star
out,
Trek.
he said he wouldn't come back to the role after Discovery because he don't want to be a Discovery-looking Klingon.
Now, he said he wouldn't come back because he doesn't want to put on all that makeup for a one-day shoot. If he's going to come back, he wants his own show.
Yeah, I think he would want to be a starring role and paying lots of money and all that.
I honestly, I don't think Worf could hold the show.
I don't either. He's a great supporting character, but he wouldn't
Yeah.
lead.
Like O'Brien or anyone, O'Brien couldn't hold the show.
I mean, honestly, that's part of the problem with Discovery is if Michael Burnham was just a supporting character, might have been a better show.
If it was set after Picard, it would have been an even better show.
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
do you like the way this episode ended or not really?
I think personally it was it was okay, but it just failed to land. I think it didn't give the suspense that they wanted.
I think that it would have been better if DJ was in the bar in his bunny suit.
Don't give anybody ideas. They may try to Photoshop me. And
I think it would have been better if we'd seen any recognizable aliens.
Yeah, well, Bird and I talked about this on my stream. Why the hell they bring in Giant Lizard Man when you could have had a Gorn, a Jem'Hadar, or a Cardassian in that role?
Well,
Or
for
Klingon.
something new, obviously.
Yeah,
You
but
can't have a Klingon without them admitting that they can't do STD.
sure, okay, I
Klingon.
could. Yeah, you can't do Klingons because we got too much controversy around Klingons. But you know what? Why not a frickin' Gorn? We don't know
Hey.
what their olfactory capabilities.
I have a weird question for you.
You always have a weird question.
I am a weird question. But would you be annoyed or would you be happy or what? How would you feel if, say, in Picard or something, we saw a Klingon ship? The Klingon ship came in with a DS9 looking Klingon with on the bridge a flat-headed Klingon walks down, and then in the background you see a STD Klingon. That all three looking Klingons are
Yeah, I
alive
would
at
be
the same time.
upset.
Yeah, I think that would just piss
Bird
off.
would be
man.
upset for a multitude of reasons. Bird would just be upset because it wouldn't be a bird of prey.
Yeah.
But honestly, the flat-headed Klingons, we already knew that they were going away because
Yes.
that's established in canon. So it would make no sense to have flatheads in there. As far as the Kling orcs are concerned, or the Discovery era Klingons, that there's still an anomaly. There's no official explanation to why the Klingons look different, other than just doing things differently.
When
And
I
I-
was watching, because I wanted to get for my last review, I had to get the screenshot of the baby head, the decapitated baby head.
Yeah, I left that out. I just said this isn't as bad as baby heads, but
I took the screenshot, put it in.
yeah.
But in looking through that episode, which was Point of Light, the third episode of season 2 of Discovery, and they literally go over shot of her head, Laurel's head or whatever her name is.
Mhm.
And like her head isn't even like a head. It's not ridges. It's like, it looks like almost Sonic the Hedgehog back there, but it in brown or gray instead of blue. It looks nothing like a Klingon head's supposed to look like.
If you remember,
It's so much more than just the faces. The entire body is wrong.
I know, but if you remember though, they said that the Klingons were going through a redesign from season 1.
That's bullshit.
I know it is.
They gave them wigs.
I have a thought that just kind of struck me because I as you were talking about the alien that was kind of like the muscle of the group.
I wrote it down.
if you take a picture of him and just mentally put a Klingork right beside. I think the reason why he was in it is because they had a leftover costume. Because if you look at the facial features, it's almost the same.
Yeah, those ridges. I was saying to myself when I was looking, I recognized the ridges.
Well, it's just the thing from Fantastic Four. They just spray painted him gray.
Looks like a half mutated Klingork.
I still think it's those monsters from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
There's no
Except
Mario.
they have the big heads instead of the small heads. The Gimbas,
There's no
Oh,
such
the
thing as a
Goombas?
Mario.
The Goomba's bird.
the Goombas.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario.
No, but Bird doesn't believe in Super Mario. He keeps talking about this Super
The
Mario.
movie is called Super Mario Brothers movie.
Who's,
That's not Super
who's
Mario.
Mario? Dude, you're Italian. I'm sure you've got like 20 cousins called Mario. You should know how to say their name.
Yes, it's Mario. That's how you say the name.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
Bird-
Super Mario.
That's
No, you're
exactly
saying-
what I said.
No, you said Mario.
I said Mario.
No, you're saying it again. You're not saying Mario. You're saying Mario.
yeah.
Where is there an H?
He didn't pronounce an H. What are you talking about?
Mario.
Mario.
It's me, Mario.
That's more Luigi, but yeah, okay. We'll go with that.
They
And I have to point out, Bird, the pregnant woman is definitely Romulan
Yeah, I would say so now. I
because
guess.
she shows emotion, and you can see the faint ridges up above the eyes that would make her a Southern Romulan.
No, it'd be a northern Romulan.
Well, whichever it is, northern, southern, but
Because Zaban has the ridges, and Lara's like, because he's a northerner like you. I guess.
but it was really obvious she was Romulan.
I don't know. I mean, even in Lore Reloaded stream, people were saying she was Vulcan. And no, Captain Redneck, I'm American.
So just because Lore Reloaded stream says it doesn't make it true, Bert.
I'm just saying that there's debate.
So there's the thing.
Yeah, doesn't it look like almost like a Klingork?
Well, actually, here's the thing that's blowing me away looking at this shot. What the hell's with Goat Girl in the background?
What the heck?
What the hell is that?
That's just handlebars to hold on to.
No, that's a goat girl. That is a girl, one of the dancing people. They have a goat girl dancing for people.
She's an alpaca stripper.
She can sing na 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 na.
I did that to appeal to more Irish and to get them in there.
No. You're thinking of the Welsh. There's a joke over here.
I'm pretty sure that I'm thinking of the Irish.
No, it's the Welsh. There's a joke over here. How do you turn a Welshman on? You bend into his ear and you go, meh.
But here's the problem with that, Rambling Revan, is that besides you have Goat Girl there, and then this dude clearly looks like a walking potato. What more do you need for an Irishman? A potato and a goat. You're set for life.
You're thinking of my father.
Can you bring up the picture of the Troy-looking woman?
Actually, she's in this scene.
Isn't me, or does that alien look... This is going to sound weird. That alien kind of looks like he's some sort of a special need.
Special needs space goats?
Yeah.
Rafi there kind of looked like the most important man.
She does look a lot like Troy.
She does.
Maybe she's Troy's sister. I don't mean the character, I mean the actress.
What I can't figure out though is if she's so far in with the Tal Shiar, wouldn't you think she would have been a Romulan?
Well, why? This planet is not a Romulan planet. She was making a deal with the Tal Shiar. If she's criminal underworld badass, she would make a deal with anybody.
Yeah, but I always it seemed to me that they kept playing it off that she was Tal Shiar.
No, they said that that the Tal Shiar were interested in what she had to offer.
She said working with the Tal Shiar was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so she's not Tal Shiar. She just was going to do a deal with them.
Right.
But do you think Riker left Starfleet?
Yeah, he's retired, isn't he?
But he's young enough to be an admiral.
Who?
Riker.
Just because he could be an admiral doesn't mean he would be.
True.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
You got to figure Picard's what? In his 90s now, supposedly. Then Riker's probably mid-70s, close to 80.
So, if Riker was in his 70s, then that mean him and Troy were close to 50 when they had their kid.
Probably
if not more. Yeah, exactly. So that kind of doesn't add up with what humanish biology.
Revan, don't do math. Math hurts.
There's still documented cases of women.
But that's true IVF.
So you would think by this time they could give some kind of a shot and re-kick her baby factory going.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
And she is part Beta Z, so we don't know how long that they can go.
Well, I've heard people talking that one doctor's trying to 3D print a womb, right?
Why? Never mind.
Or-
I don't want to know.
Quantum.
Or infertile people whose wombs don't work.
Didn't they have a storyline where Troy's mom was going to get pregnant when she was quite older?
Yeah, but I mean,
So
Star Trek kind of had a fascination
They had a
with her.
storyline when she was going through like
Space menopause
Troy
or something.
PMS. True. Damn, Beta Z PMS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, BMS.
No, not PMS. Beta Z menopause.
Menopause. Okay.
That
Yeah.
was the episode.
Okay. I knew there was something in there. I was just trying to remember.
Well, if they're going to 3D print a womb, you think they're going to put a window in it so it's a womb with a view?
Wah, wah. By the way, I was just looking just for fun. Is that the Mandalorian, which was the last good thing we've seen come out of one of our long-term franchises that we love, had 8 producers. Picard has 19.
Wow.
But
That's too many cooks. in
Picard
the
has
kitchen.
the same problem intro as Discovery had. It's the producer show. Every single person on the intro is producer,
Right.
executive producer. And I'm like, dude, calm the hell down.
I know
Twice
some
as
of
many
them-
producers as episodes.
Huh?
Twice as many producers as episodes.
Yes. And now we know some of them are only there because, like, Michael Chabon is still listed because, while he was a producer, he left the show, but he was still, you have to contractually leave him on there. And then some of them are there simply for the sake of PR, Rod Roddenberry and Patrick Stewart. So
I'm going to say something that might tick off the fans of Star Trek.
if you're going to say you don't like Rod Roddenberry, you won't be alone on that.
No. Well, yeah, but I'm going to say the Roddenberry should just leave Star Trek alone.
Yeah.
It's like J.K. Tolkien. No, sorry, J.M.K. Rowling. I mean, she keeps going and going and going with all this background information for Harry Potter, and it's like some of it you're like, okay, it's completely stupid. Like, have you?
Harry
You watched,
Potter was completely stupid to begin with, but that's besides the point.
I will stab you with my wand. So they turned around, and Andy Checker, you've watched Harry Potter, have you?
Great. Now this
Okay,
stream.
wait a minute. Now,
I know.
now
Well, how did this turn into the Harry Pothead stream?
No, yeah, but
I've seen a couple of the movies. I've not seen them all.
okay, well, so you know how much they use magic, right? So
About
J.K.
wizards.
J.K. Rowling came out and said that before wizards invented plumbing, that wizards used to poop on the ground and magic it away.
Okay.
So she's got too much money than brains? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, but moving on.
Movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get to the point
So
to where they were actually pulling the eye out? Because I want to see that stock again.
You want to see the eye star? Oh, are you thinking it's a robotic eye?
Hold on.
On my
Is he
second
in
viewing, it
a,
did look like
in a
wires.
Federation uniform?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was in a Federation uniform.
Yeah, he was from a science. He was a science
He's
officer.
right here.
Hold on. Yeah, that's fake.
No kidding.
No,
don't they look like wires instead of.
it is. Like, look underneath the ball.
Well, yeah, we know where to look.
Yeah.
But the
There's a
thing
big
is that, I mean, is it truly a wire or is it just a kind of a crappy done optic nerve?
Yeah, but wouldn't
No.
his-
I'm not saying the wire.
Hold
Look
on,
on
Revan.
top of it.
Hold on, Revan. Wouldn't his eye be fake anyway because that's the eye that the Borg implant would have been on?
I don't know.
Him on Voyager had 2 eyes.
Yeah, he had 2 eyes.
Okay.
Right
See,
there,
right
it looked
there.
like wires.
That is a wire.
Just said
There,
it looked
spark.
like-
And it sparked.
Yeah.
Well, it sparked because she hit it with a freaking lightsaber.
You're a lightsaber.
And also in the previews where we see Picard as Locutus, he's also only got 1 eye, whereas in TNG he always had 2 eyes as Locutus.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the Locutus bit. So
Son of a bitch.
what?
I just got a damn phone call from senior care. The hell
Ah,
is
you're
that
old.
shit?
Hi,
Well,
DJ.
you're
You're,
old, right?
officially old.
I'm younger than you.
Yeah,
Well, you're older than me.
calls from senior care would say otherwise.
So Anti-Trekker, do you hate that saying, "You're only as old as you feel"?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that saying can now
I feel like I'm
officially
about
go right
100.
to
That
hell.
doesn't help me.
I'm basically a baby compared to the rest of you lot.
Well, your mentality is there, so
Wait, I have a mentality.
It's by all the accents.
just
Look at
couldn't
that!
resist,
Look
could
at
you,
that! Look
Anti-Trekker?
at that potato.
We have to worry about the dingoes and the roos. The dingoes and the roos, they fight.
You know, the funny thing is, this just sounds like Bird could be in the conversation.
Well, and what was up with you turning around and putting this on when you had Bird on?
I know. I was taking a Geologia break, and I figured he would talk for a minute or 2 minutes,
Bert,
and then he says, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to get my coffee refill." Like that's the worst time to refill your coffee when nobody's speaking. Why leave the stream going if nobody's speaking?
Look at Bird pooping away.
yeah.
I love that. The Bird poops now every time I switch screens.
Jesus Christ, Bert, why are you pooping in a jar?
He put
No,
a graphic there.
You know, with as much as he has you on his stream, you should get some of those super chats.
I should, right?
Yeah,
Or at least a T-shirt.
yeah.
Well, he gets all the poop he can eat.
Oh.
Profit sharing, I think.
Hey, Anti-Trekker. We were talking about you today,
Of course.
right? And we noticed something about you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
You often, when you're talking to someone and you get a little bit off, you always adjust your glasses with your middle finger.
Do I? Do that?
Yeah.
Don't we all do that?
I usually use my index finger when I'm adjusting my glasses.
No, a lot of the time you use your middle finger. Like it's like
No, that's only when he's talking to you, Revan.
I think I'd have to. Well, now I'm going to be conscious about it, but
I think it's only when you're talking to Revan.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I used to do that to my teachers the whole time.
It's like an Irish hello. It's totally allowed.
No, an Irish hello is a punch to the face.
No, that's goodbye. Jeez.
It's by all the accents.
Poor Bird.
You should mute him or something. You're gonna lose viewers.
We have to worry about the dingoes and the roos.
Anti-Trekker's just mad because we all ganged up on him earlier.
Anti-Trekker's playing it, of course.
Anti-Trekker's bullying us.
I'm telling Rambling Canuck he should mute it so he doesn't lose the viewers.
We should just mute Bird.
Revan.
are you saying
Revan.
I couldn't show Bird because the viewers ran away?
There'd be a riot if you mute Revan.
If I muted people so that I wouldn't lose viewers, then I'd just leave Revan on permanent mute.
Rambling needs to wipe off that booger before anybody sees it.
What is with your obsessions with boogers?
That's just funny because when you bring it up, you always go for your nose to wipe it because you think we're serious.
Yeah, well, what you don't realize, Anti-Trekker, is when everybody does that in your stream, it's because DJ said on his live stream, "Okay, let's all go over to Anti-Trekker. This is what we're gonna do."
I only did that once.
That doesn't surprise me.
I only did it the once, and that's when he stepped on my toes and took over streaming and ran.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3 times he had legitimate boogers.
Shut up, Bird.
No, I told you about him, and you did something about it.
What are you talking about?
I mean, this is going back like 6+ months, but a
No,
couple
it is
times.
not.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He had one for like
Oh
2
my God,
streams
now
on
we're
the
getting into boogers. Wow.
Well, your camera looks halfway up your nose for whatever reason.
We also have to get an
Well, when you're a
anti-tracker,
hobbit and you're
lab-
standing on a stool, you have to put the camera somewhere to make you look taller.
We have to get anti-tracker a checklist and laminate it, and put it by his computer, and in big bold letters, turn on
camera.
mic.
You know what? I
Turn
have
on
not been that bad lately.
Uh-huh.
No, yeah, he's actually been really
funny.
good with it.
When you
Only
do it,
once this week did he forget.
yeah, only once.
Yeah, and Bird, of course, has such a spotless record.
Oh, what did Joshua think of Sonic?
He liked it.
Good. I'm going to see it next Saturday. So, the person I'm going to see it with is a Sonic nut. So,
What
Jeez,
day?
What do you think this is, Captain Trek? The anti-tracker show? Check Discord. Jeez.
Hey, Rambling, you pulled that on me too, so don't even go
I
there.
know. I just had to bug
Yeah, it's
him.
always a dick move to tell people to check Discord when you're trying to do a live stream, but
remember the time I told you to check Twitter, then check Discord, and it simply said hi?
But to be fair, DJ, the only reason I said check Discord is because I wanted the link because of that incident.
Yeah, and I usually have Discord up when I'm on anyway on a tab, so I can just hit the tab real fast and get to it. I don't have to spend 5 minutes trying to call it up.
I'm
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm gonna have
about
to drop
everything
out
at
because I got
Discord.
a doctor's appointment. I gotta
Okay,
go to.
well, thank you for popping in and
Have a good one, Sci-Fi.
hope
Take
the
care.
See you, number one.
So he's a
Bird can't
dick.
have the tab up because he's got too many up as it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do Discord through a tab. I do Discord through the app.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew this one guy who had like 300 tabs open at once.
yeah, some
I'm
idiot.
impressed.
Yeah, he was an idiot. He's-
Yeah, anybody would just leave all those tabs open.
Captain Foley had more tabs open than me.
Sure, he did.
Prove it.
Go back to the live stream.
Which live stream?
I don't remember.
Well, then I
And you
guess-
can't prove it.
I think it was Sci-Fi Nation live stream.
Of course it was. Who's Sci-Fi Nation? He doesn't exist. Stop making people up. Like you're making up this Momo Prey person.
How much is that French Newfie paying Captain Foley? Because Captain Foley's always on his live streams.
He says he's known Captain Foley for years.
He's paying Captain Foley in chest wax. That man is unsettlingly smooth.
It is really bizarre, isn't it?
It is. I bet you anything if he fell on ice, he'd just keep going. He's got none to slow him down.
I'm not going to pick on Foley because he isn't here to defend himself.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't
well.
have a problem messing with me when I'm not around.
Because you do it to us.
You deserve
So-
it.
Yeah.
How
Captain
many mornings
Turnabout
I
and
listened
Foley
to his
doesn't
brief
do
I
that
wasn't
to us.
on.
Yeah. Turnabout is fair play, anti-tracker.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, we just like to hear you call us jerks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
My
like-
mother was killed by a jerk, you jerk.
it's like the daily mission. You must be called, you must get a son of a bitch from Bird, and you must get a jerk from Anti-Tracker. It's like
Wait a minute. The way you phrased that.
yeah, I know.
Rephrase
I'm
that.
tired. I need more coffee. Okay, Bird stream. You take over for a little bit. I got to get coffee.
Nobody's getting a jerk from me.
How much? Well, what if we pay you to give Ramblin a jerk?
Give a Romulan a jerk?
No, give Ramblin a jerk. You'd enjoy it.
No.
Okay, well, we tried Ramblin.
He's probably off getting a jerk right now anyway.
Yeah, probably beating
With
us
the
up. Did I
dingo.
say you could eat today?
The
Sorry,
dingoes
Daddy.
and the roos.
The dingo ate your baby.
Oh no, no, that's Russian. Yes, we come over here and we go and we kill the dingo. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go back to just listening because I'm about to eat lunch.
All right. Well,
I'll
thank
see
you.
you guys
For,
later.
thank you
only
for
11
popping on.
Bird.
And
Wait.
say hello and everything to Mama Pray.
Guys, tell me this. I said it to Joseph. His picture makes him look really angry. It's like someone stole a sandwich and punched his wife when he took that picture.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Joseph's
No
profile
idea.
picture.
Joseph's profile picture always made me think of Liam Neeson from Taken.
Liam, oh my! Have any of you actually heard? Oh, hey, it's Joseph. Hello.
I mean, look at that picture of Joseph right there. He just looks like, I have a certain set of skills.
It's
look
called
like-
jerking.
He's a Bond villain.
Yes.
Me a Bond villain? No.
Yeah,
And-
dude. Hold on,
Revan,
Joseph.
Revan, you look like the the Force's lost abandoned child. So I wouldn't go there on that.
Dude, I have a ginger beard and blonde hair. God hates me.
I'm sure he's not the only one.
No, I've got a list.
I think
mean-
you're on a few. Never mind.
Of course I am. I get
There we go.
I
There we
regularly
go.
trigger feminists all the time.
You are a triggered feminist? What?
No,
Did you
I
hear that?
regularly trigger feminists
He's
all
a
the time.
feminist?
Yeah, he's a triggered feminist. He just said it.
God damn it.
He just said he's a triggered feminist.
No, so there about 2 weeks back, I got banned from because I
Why?
applied to join a group, the Radical Feminists of Ireland, the female only safe space, and I got
Well,
banned
now-
from the group
Well, I know why.
because I posted dick pics.
You're not human.
I'm not even sure I want to respond to that.
I'm
I
not
wouldn't.
touching it.
That's what she said. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah. By the way, I came for the jerk, so
yeah. Oh yeah, here, anti-trigger. He came for you. Came for the jerk.
Okay.
No, let's not pick on
how do you-
anti-trigger. We've
No,
done that
I-
enough
I-
today.
how many times did I super chat just to being called jerk?
Okay.
2.
Thousand.
You should super chat all the time.
Well, a super chat is mandatory. Hey, Captain Trek.
Hey,
Welcome, Captain Trek.
Oh,
you.
anti-trekker. Have you
You
heard?
feeling better than
Aberdeen's
when we
newest
spoke
song?
this morning?
Hey, hold on, Revan.
yes.
I couldn't hear. What were you trying to ask?
Have you heard Amber Jam's newest song?
Which one?
It's a parody of Bang a Gong.
Bang a Gong. Oh, like turn it on, that song.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's
I've not heard
hilarious.
you want to say hi?
Hey everyone.
Hey, Mrs. Anti-Tracker.
Yay,
Nice
we
to
got
meet
the
you, Tracker.
best
Hello.
voice on stream.
She's coming up to lovingly bring food for Auntie.
What about?
well.
What
At
about
least
Tucker?
Auntie deserves it.
Yeah,
Oh, hail, Mrs. Anti-Trekker. Queen of all
absolutely.
birds.
Hey,
Hi,
for your
hi,
queen.
Miss Anti-Tracker.
Hey, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. When you rebooting the channel?
Yay! I've had Mamo Pray and Miss Anti-Tracker on my channel. Woohoo!
All right, Rambling's officially one step ahead of me now.
Darth Revan, she can't understand you because you're Irish.
What did you say?
I said, when you going to reboot the channel?
When am I going to reboot the channel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Hostile takeover. Miss Anti-Tricker's channel.
Miss Anti-Tracker took over the Anti-Tracker channel by use of a baseball bat, and you just look and there's like a long hair with a streak of red on it.
Anyway,
I'll tell you, the subscriber count would triple if Mrs. Anti-Tracker took over.
Oh yeah.
I said,
Overnight.
I said to Anti-Tracker, Mrs.
Nobody cares what
Anti-Tracker,
you
you might
said.
find this funny. Next time you go on a stream, what you should do is you should get a green morph mask, the same color as the background, and wear a green shirt and a green pants or something, and then just go on the screen and you'll completely disappear.
DJ already beat you to that. He did that with the Grinch outfit.
Well, DJ is just a furry.
And I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
And Mrs. Anti-Tracker, I apologize for Revan. He's the local idiot. We can't help it for him.
Excuse you, I'm the international idiot.
So we apologize. We have.
I have a
idiot
scar.
up here and
I will tell you something. I will tell you, if you want to hear how stupid I am, I will tell you.
That's
I
a
once
lot.
cut the tip off of my toe, wrapped it up in a tissue paper and sellotape, and went to see Deadpool.
Like I said, we have the village idiot up here. I do apologize.
oh my goodness.
It grew back.
I do apologize for the village idiot.
All right.
Okay, Andy Trekker, I sent you the song and the lyrics over on Discord.
I'll check it out.
How's your hobbit? Is he? Did you put him back into his little cage?
What?
What?
Revan, we're gonna put you in the outhouse in a minute. Be polite. Mrs. Anti-Trucker's here.
Oh, sure. You guys are nice when she's here.
Well, of
Yeah,
course.
because we genuinely like her.
Everybody likes Mrs. Anti-Tracker.
Yeah, you show
Yeah.
respect when a lady's in the room.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Hello, Captain Trek.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am surviving.
Okay, we're all doing that. That's good.
Well, Mrs. Anti-Checker is leaving now because she's got to attend her
there's-
stupid dog, and I actually got.
Hey, are you talking?
No, I'm not talking about Auntie. I'm talking about Puka.
I'm talking about Puka too.
Puka deserves cuddles, you mean.
No, she doesn't, because she owns this place. It's
Yes,
not-
well, just because her name's on the mortgage. My dog,
Anti-Trucker wishes then he wouldn't have to pay it.
I genuinely put my Bichon Frise onto the census.
Because you're
I listed
you're
her.
the
No,
village
listen.
idiot.
I listed her as my dependent, and I put her on the census.
Okay, so we officially have the French Snoofy and the village idiot. All right, moving
Hey!
on.
Oh, wait,
I-
I didn't turn the camera on. I'm an
yeah,
idiot.
like okay.
I'm like, what? They can't. Why are they not like noticing? So we.
Well, the camera's not on.
I don't want to share a screen. Stupid.
Your tribbles
Back on
gone.
the dog. Here you go.
Baby!
Look at his face.
Cute.
Oh, that's
See, Anti-Trucker, if you just did that during your
She is
stream, then your-
evilishly
then your
adorable.
thumbnail would go up.
that dog
Glowing
is
blue
demonically
eyes.
adorable.
See, you gotta have Pookie up there, and then instead of you, and then your sub count will go up.
Oh yeah, it would double overnight. Mrs.
But what about his
Anti-Tracker
dom count?
would absolutely quadruple it.
All right. Well, anyway, I do need to run, guys. So
All right. Well,
Yeah, I have to run as
it
well.
was it was all in
Mrs.
fun.
Anti-Tracker.
Talk to you later. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
bye. Bunch of jerks.
Thank you, thank you very much. My day has been made. I've been
Yep.
called a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I usually call you a dick, but you know,
Yeah, but nobody cares what you say.
not even my.
It's like a
Mother,
bitch
could
of
you
honor.
abandon me?
You say worse
Did
about
you
me.
say you had to go?
No, not about you. To you. There's a difference. I'd
It
be
wasn't
nice
a
talking
strange-looking
about you.
cat, Captain Redneck. It was a mutated tribble.
That's a baby bear.
Tribble with a face.
Yeah.
You know what you should do, Joseph? You should get a big, huge, round plushie and walk and say you're in the garden or something, and your wife's at the window. Just go triple to the face and throw it at her, and then run away.
Didn't you bless us by saying that you had to run too?
Yeah. Okay, but see you guys. Have fun.
All right, take her easy.
Have
Revan.
fun. That was wild.
Must have been a goat running by.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was listening to all of you, and then I told myself, okay, let's jump in for a while, because I need to run like in maybe 30 minutes later. So I'm not sure how long will the stream be.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on Picard?
I liked it, and as I mentioned in the chat, that they were like the strongest moments in Picard and the weakest moment for me in one episode.
What was
the
your
weakest? The weakest was when Picard was doing the French idiot.
Okay,
Inspector Clouseau.
Inspector Clouseau, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
see,
so
I even
this
said
was,
that in my I said that in my review. I had stated, well, you know, the acting was really good, except for when Stewart's theater days came through and he overacted.
Overacted, exactly. I think it was the intent of him overacting the scene, but it was.
Oh yeah.
But the thing was, I didn't get the character because he was basically a headhunter, or a sleazy kind of
Evil
I don't
Russian?
know.
I think he was going for evil Russian.
But he
Like-
had a French accent.
It's Stewart.
Yeah, okay, but
Come on.
but not Bird, because Bird
all
mixes
due
all
respect,
all
I
the
mean,
accents.
come on. He was overacting in his Shakespearean way, and it just kind of.
So those are those like little moments where they broke, where it broke the episode a little bit for me. And the strongest was obviously the dialogue between Seven and Picard. First in the chateau when they were talking together in Picard's study, in the holodeck.
Yep.
was the first part, and the second part, especially when they returned from the bar, and when they had the talk about humanity and do you feel human?
His
And
first answer is yes, and then
this
she
was
breaks
exactly. And I think the phasers that she took, those were those like Romulan phasers, like when they were when they attacked the Romulans, the Chateau Picard, that she took because it looked like they took all the weapons.
Yeah, I think so.
From the attack, and basically took them to Rio's ship, and then that's why Picard gave her those two guns, like, okay, just go. But the question is, where did he want to beam her, and why did she end up in the bar again? Was it because of the device that Rios left on the console, or was it?
Yeah. Picard thought he was beaming her down to meet her ship, but in reality, she was using the tunnel to go back to the bar.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was the tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off too. I got to get ready for a radio show.
All right.
Okay.
But it's
Have a
been
good one.
fun.
Thanks
Okay,
for popping
DJ.
in.
Thank you. Bye. So this was the thing, and then Lore Reloaded in his stream was basically screaming at me, in all fun, of course. When I said that people change in 20 plus years, and that when she killed in cold blood the chick as a revenge, that it totally fit the character, and that she had the reasons behind it, because he said that they destroyed Seven's character.
I don't think so, because
But me neither.
unless I because the feeling I always got from Seven in Voyager, and I admit Voyager was not my favorite show, so I haven't watched every episode, but Seven was always the do what it takes to get it done. And she would always give Janeway and everybody else flack because they didn't
Yes,
have
and
the guts to do what was needed.
Right.
she was commanding people around the place all the time, and especially it was in few episodes. The one that pops up in my head was the Omega Directive. I'm not sure if you remember it, when they discovered the Omega molecule, and and there's and it's basically like a god for the Borg, yeah, because it's the symbol of perfection. And there she was very much opposing Janeway. So I don't think they broke her character. They developed it more, and she had a reason, because I wrote it in the chat. I'm not sure if it was visible, if you saw it. When she killed him, I basically said like 2 words: John Wick. They killed John Wick's puppy, and he went on a full strike to kill everybody, just as a revenge. And she basically had her puppy killed. Yeah, they killed Icheb.
Yeah.
Her connection to the Borg, to Voyager, to her previous life, and somebody that she was very fond about. So I totally understood the motivation, and I totally understand the concept of revenge.
Yeah. But from what I gathered from 7 of 9, I don't think that it was out of character for her to do what she felt needed to be done.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Because she's always been that way. She's been we'll just eliminate them. Well, no, we have to do it this. Well, why? That is such a risk. Why take the risk? Just eliminate them. She's the get it done by any means necessary character. So her coming back, and especially because this person was responsible for Icheb being brutally murdered like that, and her having to put Icheb down, I'm not surprised at all.
I'm thinking about, did we have in Trek previously like cold-blooded murder from characters besides Cisco and his like in the Pale Moonlight? Yeah, this was obviously.
There's the whole Blood Oath.
Blood Oath. Oh yes, but they went a little bit around it with not Jadzia being the one who kills the albino.
Yeah,
it was the other Klingon.
Yeah,
so
but it's still the same premise.
It's pretty much, yes, but they went.
It's a revenge plot.
Yeah,
it's a revenge plot.
It's a revenge plot, but they didn't make the kill by a character that we care about, or by one of the main characters. But definitely, it was something. It was something very close. Yeah. But there are definitely episodes, and I think in Voyager we could find even on Voyager. I think we could find the most of the situations where somebody was killed like this.
But again, I don't think that they went out of her character at all, because 7 of 9 has always been the get it done and get it done the most efficient route possible. What I did like was the way that they gave her the way out with Rios.
Yeah,
I liked that.
Yeah.
So she saves face in front of Picard, but she still does what needs to be done in her mind.
Yes.
Hello,
JP. How are you? Besides freezing to death if you stepped outside today, because it's bloody freaking cold.
And one last thing, Dr. Girardi. I don't think she's evil or bad. I think she is misguided, and she was very much manipulated by Commodore O. I
think it's more than that. I think she's done something that she wasn't supposed to do.
She was told or shown, because she said that she's seen that things. She was shown things.
Yes, but also remember, she says, "I still have one thing to atone for." She says that in the episode. I still have one thing to atone for right before she kills him.
And it's probably Soji.
So there's that too.
Yeah. But she is misguided, and I think she will come to the light, and understand at the end that she's been doing something wrong, because Maddox said that the Federation is heavily involved in this conspiracy, and even Rafi, when she was talking to her son, said that he basically made her go out once again, and she was once again talking about the conspiracy, because nobody believes that there's a conspiracy behind it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't believe her, and she thinks that she is basically on her drugged mind, and that everything is only in her head. And but everything points to the direction that there is really a conspiracy coming from the high ranks of the Federation in cooperation with somebody else, and the somebody else probably will be the Tal Shiar. And
or this other secret organization.
Yeah.
So, Captain Trek, what was your thought? And then I'll move to JP and get his thoughts on it.
Oh, go ahead, get
Move to my
JP's.
thoughts.
JP,
I haven't watched it yet.
you haven't watched it yet. Okay.
Oh, okay, so you're listening to spoilers, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, just
So
because
am
I
I.
felt like it.
Oh,
Well, it was all right. I liked it. I thought, like I say, I think the character arcs that they did do was good. I'm interested to see if they go straight to the cube or not next episode, or
looks
if
like
they're-
it.
It
And-
looks like it, but I don't know. I mean,
Looks like it, and there will be some PTSD scene with Picard. We saw it when probably Borg touched him, like maybe even reclaimed Borg. Yeah.
or
And
the way they get on the cube is the cube recognizes Picard as Locutus.
Could it be like this? Well, let's see. Definitely.
Because that could be an interesting thing. Is they can't get on because it's Romulan controlled. So how did they get on the cube? The cube recognizes Picard as Locutus. So of course he can get on the cube. But
Possible.
that's a thought.
The question is, does he still have something artificial, like Borg, some kind of leftover Borg implants, or
I would think so.
something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
in him?
I would think so. I don't think they
Because,
can remove it
because
all.
we know that he has some telepathic connection to the Borg. At least it was pretty much hinted in First Contact. When
he could sense them.
Yeah, when he could sense them, and he sensed them in First Contact like twice. Yeah, first in the beginning, and then when he was down on Earth.
Yeah.
So this is
So
clearly.
overall, what's everybody's theory on Picard so far? Joseph?
What do you mean by theory? Like where
where is it landing for you? Like, is it? Are you impressed with the series so far?
I'm
Disappointed?
satisfied with the series. I'm satisfied because there is nothing that would destroy the character for me.
Okay, Captain Trek.
I'm overall satisfied. I wouldn't rate it as highly as some would, but yeah, it's watchable.
Yeah.
I'm more along the lines of with Bird of Prey 5, where I would give it 2 scales. It's a okay Star Trek. It's a decent sci-fi. So
Okay.
it's a better sci-fi than it is Star Trek.
Okay. JP.
Okay, so here it is. I was a big STNG fan. Never liked the original series. Everything after STNG, I take it for what it is, including Discovery. It's part of the Trek universe. I love it.
So you
and
entered same
I'll
time
enjoy
I
it.
did.
I'll enjoy it for what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like
Yeah,
Picard
yeah,
so
no,
far
I get it.
is,
What do you think of well, being that I entered Star Trek during TNG as well? What do you think of the overall arc of Picard?
so far I like it.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, the last episode, not last night's episode, but the one before that, with what Yosef was saying about Picard possibly still being able to have communication with the Borg. I'm wondering why Picard, near the end of the episode, did not send 7 of 9 before that.
Yeah,
If that's true still.
yeah,
Because I know in
exactly.
First
But she's
Contact-
not, but she's not in the collective.
Yeah, I know that, but she still has her implants and such.
True.
Jetties, we had one episode on Voyager about the group of
Are you talking of the link?
rescued Borgs. Rescued Borg, a Borg where they were all still connected between them, and remember, and they when they got disconnected, and they had like a choice: being disconnected and have like few weeks of life, or being connected forever. Yeah. So, and they decided they want to be disconnected from each other so that they could have their own thoughts and their own lives for at least few weeks before they die. So I understand that they might that there was no bond between or connection between Seven on the ship and Picard. But
and
this is
into the nitpicky problems with.
Yeah, exactly. And this is so hard because and another thing, even if they get something wrong in Picard, I don't take it like a tragedy simply because you have almost 180 episodes of all the new Trek. You have almost the 80 episodes of the original series. You have the animated series. You have like, I don't know, maybe around okay, it's not 1,000, but way over 500 and less than 1,000 episodes to draw from in terms of canon, in terms of characters, in terms of everything. Yeah. So if they do some small mistakes that are somewhat explainable through whatever hints, whatever forgettable lines in the dialogue, I'm happy with it. If they don't break it completely, like they broke it for me in the last season of Discovery, last episode of Discovery. That episode broke the complete series for me. How do you say it in English? The suspension of
disbelief.
Suspension of disbelief, exactly. Went completely away when they say we don't talk about Discovery. It's not Fight Club, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With Discovery, I think that they missed the mark. I think
completely.
I think going into the future is going to create more problems than it's going to solve. However, I can't speak too much on Discovery because after season 1, and I've said this several times, after season 1, I threw up my hands and went, "I'm done." So I won't say too much about season 2 because I only can go on the reviews and stuff like that because I checked out after season 1. I was so disgusted with it after that.
Did you watch season 1 completely?
Yes,
like all the 14 start to finish, all 14 episodes,
start to finish.
Okay.
And I swore and swore and swore, and I was like, "Yep, nope, f this, forget it."
If you hated season 1, I think you will enjoy season 2 slightly better, and it can basically drag you away from the pain in your back. Yeah,
Well, see, my
because
problem is I'd rather, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to go throw on TNG. Because I like there's some aesthetics in Discovery I can't stand. The ship being one of them. I hate that look of that ship so much. It's just so ugly. Um, but so every little thing like just irks me about it, kind of. And so I don't think I could get into it. And after season one, I threw up my hands and went, "Yep, nope, not watching this."
Well,
Um,
if you don't
I'd
mind,
rather
'cause
go back and rewatch. I'd rather go back and actually finally finish Enterprise rather than watch Discovery. To be
I would
honest,
definitely pick Enterprise first. But I am curious because I watched the first 15 minutes of Discovery and said, "Fuck this! This is crap." So, what is it about it that you like? Because I have no clue.
what I liked about Discovery.
Yes.
Okay. First thing why I started watching it, it's because I watched like every single episode of every single Star Trek multiple times. So I was eager to watch new Star Trek that we get it finally. Yeah.
fair enough.
What I and there is like what there is not much to say what I like about it. It wasn't like the Star Trek in the form of Star Trek that we know. It was something completely different. But honestly, it is not a show that I would put on like on Netflix. That I would like click on it and have it in running in the background, watch it or whatever. It has very little
Rewatchability.
rewatchability. Exactly, it has very little rewatchability. I wanted to know what's going to happen, and this is the thing. It's serialized, so I just watched episode after episode after episode, and I was able, and the problem is I was able to find in it something that I liked. In almost every episode, I was able to find something that I liked. But the overall thing is not that I would now love it like the best track ever, like So I had less problems with some of the things that people were complaining about, like holograms, for example, everywhere. Simply because we have holograms now in some form or shape, and we are talking about few centuries ahead. So, despite holograms were not part of the canon until basically Nemesis, yeah, where we had in Nemesis we had a walking, talking hologram in Shinzon, yeah.
Well,
But it was not the Federation technology.
You could argue that there was a hologram of Natasha Yar in TNG, but
okay, we could say they had holograms on DS9, though in the final season where they introduced those small circular platforms, and basically the people could be depicted there as if they were on the ship or in the office. We had it with one dialogue where Bashir was where Bashir was discovered that he is basically a enhanced mutant. How do you call it? Genetically enhanced. Yeah, exactly. And then we had the admiral showing up on the Defiant, where he was giving some information to Cisco. So there were like few scenes where we had like those holograms. But the thing was, it was clearly visible that is the actor standing there. Yeah, so he wasn't like semi-transparent or something like this. So we had this, but once again, we had holograms in the 24th century in some way, shape, and form. But we didn't have it in the 22nd, 23rd century. Yeah. But we have holograms now in the 21st century.
And
this is something that I didn't mind.
Yeah, I do get where you're coming from, but I think the reason it irked a lot of people is because you'll see it in Discovery, and again, it comes to where Discovery lands within the timeline.
Yes,
And you'll see it in Discovery, but you never see it in
agree.
TOS, which is where Discovery is supposed to go to. Now, I can kind of forgive it in a small way, very small way, because you have to also realize this isn't the 70s. And in the 70s, they couldn't exactly do that on screen. So you could argue, to play devil's advocate, you could argue that there was.
This is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah, they didn't have the technology to put it into TOS.
For example, in Insurrection, there is the scene where Picard walks into his office on the Enterprise, and he has like 20 tablets on his desk.
Yeah.
Why can't you have everything in one tablet? You know.
Yeah.
So this is exactly the kind of situation where what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's basically playing the devil's advocate or doing some nitpicks and trying to explain they did some BS in other films, in other shows, other TV shows within the Trek world. So, but honestly, I totally get it. The same as Trekyards were, for example, complaining extremely about having windows on the ships instead of view screens.
Yeah,
you know?
and I get that, because that's Trekyard's. That's Trekyard's. To pardon the pun, that's Trekyard's yard, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ships is their thing. So
Exactly.
for them to be really specific and really picky about a ship makes complete sense to me, because that's their shtick.
Yeah.
That's their thing. So that makes sense to me.
But it didn't break me. Captain Trek, when you were asking, for example, what I like about it, there were like things where I was pissed from episode number 1 about it, about stuff. For example,
sorry to interrupt there, Joseph. I think JP was trying to say something when we kind of trampled over him. So go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the major things about Discovery that I do have is, I'm pretty sure everybody else has, is once again, like where you guys were talking about, is the lead into the original series, because Discovery is supposed to take place before that. And when it comes to graphics and everything like that, and just the sights and of the show, I still have a problem getting over that, going from, like, even though it's the 70s.
Yeah, I understand. Now I'm going to ask you guys the same question I asked my last live stream. If they had made it, like, before Star Trek Discovery came out, if they had made it clear that Discovery was not lining up with TOS, but lining up with 2009 Enterprise, would that have made it easier?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The easiest would be if it was not a prequel. That's it.
Yes, but I mean, we're trying to get it somewhat perfect, but we're not trying to win the lottery.
Yeah.
So.
In terms of ship sizes, for example, yeah, when they basically made the Discovery.
But if you line it up with 2009, it makes sense.
It would make sense.
The Enterprise
Exactly.
is bigger. That god awful Vengeance was what? The size of a Death Star. So I mean, come on now. So if they had made it clear that no, we're not lining up with TOS, we're not lining up with TNG, we're not lining up. This show is a prequel in the other universe.
If they did the visual reboot, because it's a visual reboot, yeah. Even this is something that I was like defending. Like, we cannot have the same visuals, even not the same visuals as we had on TNG, because everything was beige. Yeah. We cannot. If they did the visual reboot the same way how they did the changes on the Enterprise from season 2,
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you saw the
I'll
pictures
even
and
play
everything.
devil's advocate on that because, but first I'll address something Captain Redneck says. Him and Captain Trek are having a conversation about whether there's 10 movies or 13. Captain Redneck, I don't think he's including the anything that came after 2009.
No,
Am I right?
correct.
Okay, so there you go. That's how he gets 10. So, but to play
Refer to that as the Metallica argument.
yeah, so to
That was a good one.
to play devil's advocate, if they, let's say that in Picard, right, they had really tried to stick to TNG, really tried to stick to it, brought back Riker, brought back Troy, everybody, right?
The whole bunch, yeah.
Got the crew back together again and tried to stick really close. I guarantee you, these same people that are complaining that it isn't TNG and it doesn't feel TNG would be complaining that all they're doing is ripping off TNG. How dare they? I guarantee it.
It's not the same TNG we had 25 or 30 years ago.
All they're
Exactly.
doing
This is
ripping it off. It's sort of the rip-off artists and they're hacks because they can't come up with something original. They have to copy TNG.
Yeah.
I
And
guarantee
honestly,
it.
and honestly, I wouldn't like to see the whole cast reunited in a TV show, simply because when you look at the ages of the actors, yes, starting with the youngest one, Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton, he is 47, and then you go and basically look how old Gates McFadden is. She is 70.
Yeah, but you can always recast.
Yeah, she's not a good chicken.
Yeah, so you have basically retired people on a spaceship, and this is the same problem. The same we would run in the same problem we had in the movie, basically what sixth movie, The Undiscovered Country. At least they admitted there that they all are old because Scotty had his fishing boat. Uhura was teaching at the academy. The youngest one, probably Sulu, as he was there, was his own commander of the Excelsior, and we had really a group of retired people coming together, and the whole movie was like not even last one mission. It was basically bringing the Klingons to Earth like a delegation, nothing more. It only got messed up, and this is a full-blown mission. And honestly, I cannot imagine somebody like Chekhov or Sulu. Okay, Sulu is the one who has fencing experience, so he would be the Elnor of the TV show. Something like this. It would be. Oh no, sorry, we are talking TNG now. So in TNG, who would be the fighter? Who would be? So Worf would be. Worf would be the bodyguard. Yeah, who got his ass more kicked than any other Klingon. So
exactly.
And Michael Dorn. When you look at him, right now, how he looks like. He wasn't very muscular when he was playing Worf, but now he is freaking thin.
Yeah. Well, but on that note, I will thank everyone for coming and thank all the panel members: Bird of Prey 5, Mrs. Anti-Trekker, DJ Odyssey, Captain Trek, number one Sci-Fi, JP, Yosef. I want to thank you all. Captain Redneck, want to thank you for staying in the chat. And but I gotta wrap it up here because I got a couple things to do today, so I gotta head out soon.
That's totally perfect, I thank you very much that I could be on the panel and blubber hit a little bit.
It's all good. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for your input. And till next time.
It's too cold to go out.
Till next time.
Take her easy, folks.
Take care, guys. Take care, chat. Bye.